Hello, hello, it's Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts, and I'm back today to work on a little booklet like this one, just a journal card. And I'm going to show you where this goes. I have to find the pieces. It's the cover. Does it go in here? No. Where did I put them? Oh dear. That's the gold paper. I have to keep it upside down. Oh, here we go. So this is the little flip things that I was making. The envelope flips. And they were gold. And I covered them. But on this side you can see that the gold shows. And I showed you that this is going to hook on the edge, or sorry, in the spine of the signature. So the next paper will go right on top of this one. And then this one will go this way. But I won't put these two together like this because it won't work. They'll hinder each other from opening and closing properly because they're just too much thickness too close together. However, this little card is going to go right inside of here. If I can get the pocket open, it will. There we go. And there it is, right there. Isn't that nice? Now the other one, I don't know if I opened it all the way. See, I didn't. You have to have a mighty tiny journal in there. So let's cut that open. I wonder where I put my knife. Back there, of course. So I'll carefully cut that. Just trying to cut open the top. That's just it. Should never point a knife toward yourself. But I'll be very careful. So there we go. Now they are both open. There. Gotta stretch that out just a bit. Did you get more clothes than you were supposed to? I don't know if my other card's going to fit in there. We might have to make it a little bit thinner. Yeah, see, not going to fit. For some reason I glued it wrong. I wondered why it was opening so weirdly so. I'm not sure what I got in there. Don't really know. I think I got a piece of washi tape stuck in there. That's very weird. I don't know what I got in there, but I apparently had glue on the back of the card when I put it down. So I'm going to have to make this a little bit thinner. So I think I will, let's see. That means I'll have to cut down all my cards and pieces that I prepped for this project. So let's try a 4-inch card. 4 inches by about 6.5 or 7. 7 1/4 inches tall. So, yeah, 4 by 7.5. So we're going to make that card to start with. So we'll have another one of these cute little booklets. And I'm going to slip that back in there. If I can. There we go. Fits nicely. Okay, that one's done, so it's up there. Okay, so let's start with the inside here. And I had cut these to fit the other size. But now we're going to apply them and then cut them down again, so that they will fit properly. Okay? So let's see. Maybe I better trim that down to start with, just so I get glue on it properly. I'm going to put 2 of these together and hope this cuts 2 at a time better than 1 at a time. It's off a little bit, but that part will go towards where the washi tape is going to go. Alright. Let's start here. Glue stick, please. Just going to put a little glue stick in the center part. And this is Scotch permanent glue stick. And then I'm going to use art glitter glue. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time. Barely art glue is another one that works well. Not if they have a plug tip, however. If you did not order glue and you're coming into your cold weather and they won't ship art glitter glue to you, Barely art glue works as good as this one. And I'm just using this straw paper on the inside. I need a paper towel. Now it always shows glue through it too, so be aware of that if you choose to use straw paper, that you're going to get this little border that you don't like around it. But it's okay. we're going to go over it with some ink, and that will help. I'm going to get that torn part towards the inside. Alright, now washi tape. Doesn't matter what you use. I'm using stuff that still has a touch of gold. I'm going to line my center line up on 2 points here so that I can get this running right down the center. I'll tell you, it is not easy to prep things. Just lining this line up. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have a solid line going down the center of this. So I just want to get that solid line on this line up here. And this one on that one down there. And that'll get it centered for you. Just going to clip a little bit of that off there. And once it dries, I'll probably run it through the, trim it down just slightly, so I can get any of the overhang that's hanging off the edges and stuff. Tomorrow, the city has to work on the main water supply out here. So we're going to have a period of time we have no water. They're usually pretty fast. Where's my, here it is. Just want to get that to start forming where it needs to lay down a little bit better. Okay. Now let's see if this is going to fit. Sorry about the bright and shiny. We won't be doing that for very long here. Let's see. Here's a piece of this. Let's put this down. Look at that. That handle's always coming off. Need to do something about that. trying to teach myself to be more careful of the gold and the black, because if you get it on the front, then, well, you know, it kind of makes a mess is what it does. Sorry about the reflection. Ooh, I forgot to put the stuff on the back first. Well, I'll have to scoot this over. Gluey fingers do not help. My goodness, I have so much stuff in my own way. Look at that. Got my glue too close to the edge. It's going to take a little bit to get all that off of there. And I forgot to go around the edge with some ink. So it didn't do me much good to be very careful. Okay, now we're going to cover this with this one. Okay, do the best we can. Oops, I'm going to ink this one. I'm just trying to ink right around the edges. I've noticed that this ink gets all over the place, so trying to be more careful with that too. Here, let's put this over that for right now. Now on this one I'm just going to go around the edge, and the reason I'm doing that is so that no glue streaks or so it doesn't show the ripples of how I glued. Whoops. Oh, there we go again. Oh my goodness, Angela. Okay, there we go. It's crooked. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, now let's get this on here. And once again, I'm going to line those lines up. Let me get my glue stick. Okay, I'm going to glue that line right on that one. Line it back up. And then bring this one down to here. Yep, see, I covered up too much of it. Oh well. It makes it different. So it's okay. It just makes it a little bit different. See this one here, it's a bigger card, that's why. So I did have that all showing on both sides. And this one, it's getting covered up. Okay, so let's flip this over to here. And we have our washi tape on, so let's check this out. Sorry about the reflection. So this one can go right on top like this, or we can cut both pieces down slightly. So let's cut this one down just a little bit. There we go. I really kind of want that guy in the center. So I'm going to take a little off of this side and a little bit off of this side. There we go. That maybe just a slight bit more. I'll take it off of this side. Okay. Okay, reflection. We have new neighbor dogs. And Libby found a place that she could peer through the fence and watch the other dogs, and they didn't see her. Well, they're both big dogs, and so the other big dog finally caught an eye of her, ran over there, and he barked at her. Of course, she has a collar on that rings when she barks. So the collar went off ringing, which upset her, and all she wanted to do was come back inside. So, poor dog, I felt so bad for her. But later she went back out and she found another place under some arborvitaes that she could still peer in. And maybe they can't see her. So, it's just so cute. Dogs. Anyway, her collar did not go off again. So, they must not have seen her. Okay, there we go. We have another beautiful journal card. So let's put some ink on that. I'm not going to put it in the pocket just yet because it's got wet glue. Whoops, gonna have to put a little glue on here. Glue stick never holds very well, does it? Okay. Well, I wish I'd have gotten that one on there right. But it's okay. It looks okay. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to work now on our first belly band. And I do not have it completely done. I have it so we can work on it together. And it's got a shiny rose gold. Sorry about the glare. And then it has this part. Now this is just a little piece folded over, but not all the way. So the fold is created at about 2.5 inches. So we have about 2.5 here. And then from here to here we have well, let's see, 1, 2, this is 2.5. This one is 2 1/4. 2 1/4, 2.5. Score at 2 1/4. So we got about a 1/4 inch left here. And then it is as tall as my page, which is 8.5 inches. Little over, little under, I mean. It's slightly smaller. And then I want to take this and I'm going to glue it onto here just because the paper that I have for the journal is black. So let me show you a piece of it. It finally came in. It is jam paper. It's put out by Staples, if you need to know that. And so you might not have to order it. You might go to a Staples and pick it up. Had I known that, that's what I'd done. Now this is just a pack of 50 sheets, so it's a nice linen paper. It's probably hard to see the linen look in it, but it's there. So this is going to fold over like this. Crooked when I do it, like so. So you can see that the black belly band is really going to quite blend in, and so I wanted to make it pop a little bit. So I'm going to put it like this. But before I do that, we need to finish the inside. So I have these little poles, and I can hang a charm on them right here. I can separate that piece, unless it's welded, then in which case I will just put a jump ring on there and put the charm on. So and then I cut a little 1-inch circle, 2 of them, and put those on, and then I put the hole through there. So now we have this look. So first we need to cover this tape so that it stays put. Because if it doesn't stay put, it's just not gonna make us happy. So I'm going to use a little bit of this tape, and I'm going to use a little bit of the glue that I really don't want to use on this journal at all because it's so because the journal is just so picky about what it gets on it. But what I want to do is glue these little wings down. Oops, got it too close to the edge there. Okay. Now I'll kind of cover up those little wings and make them a little less vulnerable to pulling out of the card. Oh, so this is a journaling belly band, by the way. If you're wondering what I'm doing, that's it. It's a journaling belly band. So now we need some journal paper in here. Well, I have the rice paper. Not rice paper. I have this. And I think we'll just glue that on there. So I'll take some glue stick to it first. And I am going to put gold washi tape on the spine after I get this part done. I need to know where that line is because I don't want to go over it. We're going to washi tape it. Flip that over so it quits reflecting on us. And not long enough. Long enough, but maybe not. Maybe we don't want that little curly Q in it. Let's see. Straw paper. Okay. Flip it back over this way because it's got this knob on it, so it is hard to get around. Got myself a little problem here, don't I? Okay, right there. And then I have just a little bit sticking out here. Didn't think about that when I left that part on there. Okay, now let's give it a little press. Okay, now let's put this in. This is for the washi tape. This is just a different gold washi tape. Top on that glue. I've had this washi tapes for a long time. Well, after I got them, I thought, I really don't like those. I don't think I'll ever use them. But you know what? There's always something to use them on. So, I like that part. Okay, I'm lining this line up on that line. Making sure my line underneath is still lined up. It just kind of gives me a guideline to get this on here. I had to leave extra because there's a big piece of tape here holding this together, the washi tape on the reel. So, had to eliminate that. Okay. After this project, I am cleaning my desk off and leaving myself some space to get work done. Let's see. There it is. Okay, I gotta press this down again. Hopefully that's staying pressed in there. Okay, now I need to put something on here that can tie to this, or hook to it, or something so that it stays closed. Or we can put some jewels on here and kind of weight it down. Now the more jewels we put on, the more bulk it takes in the journal. But with that said, I was considering putting some of these on each side. What do you think? Like 3 on each side. Would that even hold it down? Probably not. Might, if I do 3 up there and 3 down here. Otherwise, I need to bring something from here to tie to this. And what would that be? Little piece of black, some black lace. I do have this kind of fluffy fancy stuff. That would work. And then I do have this that we're using on the outside of the journal. So maybe we need to stick with that. And this is what I was thinking, is that I would take this and glue it on the back, because remember, I'm putting a backing on this. We glue it back here. So let's start with that. Okay, so it would go like that, and then it would just come right through here, and it would just hook like that to tie it closed. You could run it through a couple times if you wanted, but I don't think you really need to. So there is that part. Now I'm going to add this piece right here, and this was why I left this space, was for that touch of gold showing on the edge. So it's going to go from there to there. There we go. I really don't want to mess this up. Just going to have to put it on there lightly. Don't really want it to all come through. Didn't think about that when I did it. Oops, that's what happens. Not thinking. If your glue turns white in between these, just take a little awl or something and just carefully go through there, and it will actually come right up. You could tear your paper too. So be very careful when you do it. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now my original thought is that I would have a hidden place back here for a little card. But if I have this on the back, I can't do that because, well, it'll get in the way. I would have to cover this with a piece of paper. So if we want to make a journal card in here, we have to cover this inside, this back side. Or we can just go ahead and put it down and make a belly band that you can journal in. I always love the idea of a nice little hidden pocket though. I just think that's so appealing. Not that I have big dark secrets or anything like that. It's just kind of fun. Path of discovery. So what do? Let's cover this because I really want to put a little hidden pocket there. So I think oops, sorry about that. Well, I could use a piece of my black paper. It's pretty light. Oh, I don't want to though. It's so pretty. I don't want to use it. Oh, let's see. I might have to. Okay. Doesn't have to go right to all the edges because you're going to have glue there. So we'll back it off a little bit. Well, the first thing I did this morning was got my robo vacuums going. we had one, and then we decided to get another one because our what side am I putting this on? Our other one picked up a horrible smell from vacuuming up dog hair. So we got a new one. Well, then I figured out where this other filter was on it, and we realized that we could have two. Well, that's not really so. The other one still has a very bad scent. I'm going to cut this one off a little bit more. I realized when I was cutting on these that one side of this was cut crooked. And the other side was not. Alright. So we're just going to glue that back here. I'm going to glue it closest to the edge because my secret pocket will start from back here. So I will bring this up to the edge like so, because we don't want to get caught underneath of it, right? Righto. Anyway, it was nice. I had the vacuums going, and then I used the hand vacuum. I have a little battery one that I can run through on the hardwood. So I ran that while the other two were doing their thing throughout the house. One is, we got a sunken living room, so one stays in the living room. It's the new one, and it does a superb job. I absolutely love it. Okay. Get the glue off my finger. Okay. I'm putting that pretty close to the edge there, but I don't want it to peek out. No peeking, I say. Now, I was going to have one of these completely done for you today, but I didn't. I feel like it needs something right there. It feels kind of blank right there. Okay, so shiny object. So we're going to put the glue here, here, and here, and leave it open at the back. Okay? I know this is weird. Oops. Leave it open at the back end. I'm holding the wrong side. So it's going to go that way. This is going to go that way. This gets centered here. Or semi-centered anyway. About like so. Make sure it goes top to bottom. And okay, so now we have a secret pocket back here. Okay, that's what we wanted. Oh, I feel better about that. Just about the time you think you have all the glue picked up, another little piece seeps out. Okay, let's see what it looks like on the piece of black paper. Make sure there's no glue down there. And it will go something like that. This will slip through here, like so. And just hang. We'll probably cut it off, but I will wait till I see if I'm going to put a charm on here somewhere. And then this will be the belly band. This way. And then right here we have our little secret pocket, which will make a little card to stick in there. And I think that's pretty good for her today. Okay, so there we go. So let's have a look at what we have. We have our 2 cards. We have this one. And we have this one. And we have our belly band. So there we go. That's what we have finished. The 2 journal cards and our belly band. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you all have a great evening. It's going to be evening here. Libby, you need to leave. You're stealing stuff. If you're going to be a thief, you can't be in here. Okay, I think that's going to hold okay. I might still have to put some weighted things on here though, because you can see it's kind of going up. But it might just be glue right now. Okay, well, there we are. And I will see you all in the very next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.